All right, everyone, my favorite frostbitten family members and fellow vault dwellers. My name is Josh. Welcome back to another episode of Dead Men Streaming in Fallout 76. And let's talk about the challenges for the week of February 10th, 2026 until February 17th, 2026. All right, so we got some good news, we got some bad news. I am currently standing outside of Highway Town in the Burning Springs because you're going to be here a bit, just looking at the weekly challenges. Now, a few of these are going to go by super quick, and let's hit them all. Catch a fish. All right, one thing I will preemptively warn you is that this month's pink axolotl can be found in the forest region or down in the cranberry bog. If you do happen to go for the forest region, don't forget that if you pop your nose into Organ Cave West, or South, I suppose, and go about midway in, you can find the named legendary fish, the organ grinder, and a handful of cultists. So if you haven't gotten your legendaries by now, I've only picked up two myself. There is your place to go to get him. And good luck. Take your superb bait and go for it. Wow, nearly just got lost it on YouTube there. All right, that's where you're going to want to go for that. I'll get right back to the right menu. Collect a board game. There are two insanely easy places to get these anymore. One is instanced, one is not. And I'll tell you about the next challenge while I do that. Complete daily operations. Well, you know how to do them by now. And if you don't, start a daily operations group and go do them. What can I tell you? All right. From there, you also want to go to the White Spring Resort. Go to the White Spring Refuge. Go in, take a hard right, go past the Nuka-Cola and stamp vendor and the stash box and all that, keep going all the way down, and you will find a handful of board games on a shelf, and that should actually be enough for you. If it's not, or if for whatever reason somebody has beaten you there, first stop by the Nuka-Cola vendor because you're going to need to buy some Nuka-Cola Dark for one of the challenges, specifically to drink it. All right. And after you get your Nuka-Cola Dark from the Nuka-Cola vendor over next to the stamp vendor in the White Spring Refuge, pop down to one of my favorite places in the game right now for scrap and junk and all things, whatever. It's time to go to Rapidan Camp. Why? Because you need to go to wait for it, the Brown House in Rapidan Camp, because you can find all the board games you need for that challenge right there, and you'll have that knocked out of the way. In addition to that, you can find I think you can find adhesive, you can find some ammo, you can find a bunch of salt, pepper, some spices, bobbleheads, just a bunch of stuff that you need. It's a good spot to farm every couple of days. Moving on from that, so that's the first three, complete a headhunt. Now, these are head hunts, not grunt hunts, and yes, there's a difference. As a reminder, the grunt hunts are the free ones that you get that send you to locations like the Chop Shop to find a swift-footed outlaw. These were extensively bugged last couple of weeks. Supposedly, they have been fixed. I've not really tested them since the patch on Monday. Now, these are the grunt hunts. These are not the head hunts. The head hunts are the ones you either get a wanted poster as a reward for completing a grunt hunt, or you buy a wanted poster from the Walton Goggins voiced ghoul in Highway Town for 5,000 caps, and then it starts a public event that gives you a 3-star hard-hitting legendary enemy at one of a number of locations all throughout the Burning Springs. You will have to knock off 4 of those. Now note, you don't have to spawn them, you just have to show up at them. Also note, at least on PC, when I'm playing, when they pop up, if you're not there within 30 to 65 seconds or so, you don't necessarily have a chance to get them. So as soon as you see it pop up, go to one, do it, and good luck. And you should just need 4 of those. And I think if you just log in, you will likely get them done within a few minutes. Just as a matter of course, within an hour is going to be my assumption. All right, drink Nuka-Cola Dark. I already told you where to go to get some of it. For the rest of it, go down to Nuka World and go to the Nuka-Cola vendor near the crafting area down off the side next to the poor guy that seems to be the only person who's responding to the wasteland appropriately, sitting on a park bench going, "What is going on here?" And I love that, man. All right, we've got two more for you that are going to send you here to the Burning Springs. One is kill a burning red scorpion, and the other, kill a rad hog. If you have spent any time at the Burning Springs, you know that these guys are, excuse me, effectively everywhere. And you're going to want to go up to my camp here, which you're not going to see on your server or any server at this rate, between 50 and 7. And it's right in the middle. There is a small little, I don't know, small little house right here, and then there's a pond, and red hogs are all over that pond. In addition to that, you can find a bunch of them scattered off to the side, up and down through here, and basically anywhere you don't want them to be. You'll find some more, I think, down in this general area. They're not always a static spawn, so they may not always be up for you, but this pig icon on the map is another good spot to look for them. You also have to kill rad scorpions. Now, these, like the rad hogs, are just about everywhere, and you'll encounter them a lot in random encounters. If you're looking for some more static spawns, however, you can pick up 3 of them directly in this area south of Hocking Hills Station. There is a ball field here with 2 bloatflies and 3 red scorpions. You can also find 4 nested in the ground at the World of Corn. These are, of course, going to be hit by other players. You're going to, have to visit these a few times throughout the week as you play, but you should be able to get them with relative ease. And I say relative ease because the rat hogs themselves are pretty tough bullet sponges. You're going to be dumping in a lot of ammo on them, and if you are a lower level and your build isn't overly optimized, you might actually struggle with them a good bit. So if you're not a top level player, you may want to just consider re-rolling that challenge, just as an aside. All right, and then on top of that, we got 2 more for you for the week. One's going to be scrap junk to produce adhesive. Fastest way to do that is going to be to craft bulk adhesive and then scrap it. But you're also going to need to scrap junk to produce ballistic fiber. Now, the good news is you can get adhesive from ballistic fiber because you can get it from military grade duct tape. And there are some great places to get that, but there's also one very easy way to do it. First, for a couple of great places, take a look at the Armory in Athens. Should be a good chunk of stuff. You can also go to any of the missile silos and do the nuke countdown, and you'll pick up ample ballistic fiber and adhesive running through there. Another couple of great spots that I love to visit are Survey Camp Alpha and Forward Station Delta and Firebase Hancock. You can find a bunch of ballistic fiber throughout those. But if you've got some extra caps to burn and you don't mind spending them, my absolute advice to get that done the fastest way possible is just to go to the White Springs Station. And once you're there, buy bulk ballistic scrap from the vendor. And that's it. It's a little pricey, but it'll get it done like that, and you don't have to worry about it. And that, believe it or not, is your weekly challenge list. So none of these are actually hard. Catching a fish is going to take a little bit of time, but you have a chance to get this month's axolotl if you haven't done it already. Getting a board game just takes a couple of minutes. Daily operations, they're daily operations. Just do them or re-roll it. Headhunts, you're going to have so many people spawning these this week that this will be a non-issue. Drinking Nuka-Cola Dark is only difficult to get to the vendors, and it's not difficult to get to them at all. These are the 2 parts of this week's challenges that are going to give you the biggest fits. Burning Rat Scorpion and Rat Hogs, just because there's no instance for them. You will be competing with other players, and the Rat Hog Alphas, which come with almost every Rat Hog pack, are not the friendliest things to kill. Just throwing that out there. Then moving on to our weekly challenges. Daily. Sorry, we just did weekly. Moving on to daily. Scrap junk to produce plastic. Simple. Make a bulk plastic and scrap it, or do the rest of these and you'll pick it up. Complete a daily operation. Okay, we've been over that. Collect caps, which you'll largely have done by the time you get through the rest of these. Then for the next 4, you can do all of these in one location if you have any luck whatsoever. And that's going to be right outside of West Tech. You can find 5 uh, mutant hounds right outside of West Tech. And West Tech is, of course, down here, now that I remember where to go to look for it. You'll find about, I don't know, almost a dozen super mutants roaming around outside of West Tech Research Center. 3 to 5 mutant hounds, which, if you kill them, you'll get meat, which will give you what you need to make mutant hound chops. And in addition to that, super mutants drop a lot of bone. Plus, there are a couple of bone chimes in the first trailer outside of West Tech. That will take care of that. Honestly, that will take you 5 minutes. It's going to take me longer to explain that than I think it will realistically take you to get those kills in. So once you have that done, that will take care of your weekly challenges or daily challenges. In all honesty, if it wasn't for completing a daily operation, I could knock this out in less than 5 minutes for the entire day. And I'm going to, too. And that's your daily and weekly challenges. Now, that being said, there are week 2 of the Love Hurts mini season. You do have the week to get these done, and I'll be talking about these in a separate video. So stay tuned, check out the other video. Link will not be in comments, but link will be, to the playlist in this video, so you have that. Thank you very much for tuning in. I do hope this list helps. And if there's anything else I can do to make this channel better for you, please be sure to let me know. These are low production videos because I am in a rush to get them out right when they drop. So it's mostly just telling and not showing, but I do hope you're able to find some use from this. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all again in just a little bit for the next video going over this week's week 2 of the Burning Love Challenges. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed.